Ted, how long have you been here at Jewel? What year is this?
Counting as a student, this makes 32.
32 years.
Yeah, it's 1 year I was away in Cabool, Missouri, my first year in teaching, and came back to Kearney. Been teaching in Kearney for 28 years, so it's between student, coach, supporter, and everything since about the fall of '79.
Do we have enough time to go through all the different jobs you've had here?
Well, we can try.
Let's try.
My first coaching job was in the fall of '83 when I was assistant women's basketball coach for Jim Nelson. The second year the Mabee Center was open. I've been an assistant football coach for Coach Besore when he was here. And then I've been assistant track coach under Coach Aceto, then head track coach, and then back as an assistant under Coach Eisenhower. So that's, I think, all.
You're working here with the throwers. What's your job?
Assistant track coach in charge of throws, in charge of telling jokes and making fun of people, and keeping Coach Eisenhower on the straight and narrow. That's my main things. But from a coaching standpoint, this is the best position I could ever hope for.
Yeah, why is that?
I was a thrower myself, and I've always been a throws coach, even through 20-odd years of high school coaching. I've always made the time to come back and work with throwers here because these are guys who want to be here. It's important to them. They enjoy what they do, and so it's, college throwers can't get much more fun than that, just hanging out with college throwers. So
the trips and everything, do you go on those? Is that something you like to do?
When I was head coach, I always went. As an assistant, one of the advantages of being an assistant is you don't have to ride the bus and be there all day. And with most of our meets being within fairly close driving distance, I do take advantage of that. Take care of my daughters and horses and all the other things I've got going on. So it's, I hate it that I've lost touch a little bit from that part of the track family, but just things in my own family that have to be done, so I don't go to all of them, stay from the beginning to the end. Now when outdoor season rolls around, that's different because we're usually the first event that starts and the last event that finishes, because there's 4 throwing events outdoors. So.
How about your younger days here at Jewel? What was Jewel like, going back as far as you want to?
Oh gosh, well in the fall of '79 it was quite a bit different. The Mabee Center wasn't here. None of the buildings had been improved upon campus. The Union or Jewel Hall or the White Science Center, none of those buildings were here. Gano Chapel was only the chapel part itself. It was a lot more affiliated with the Baptist Church then, so there were a lot more rules to try to figure out how to get around. But as far as, I don't want to say it was funner then, just because in my mind it was, but I think that we had a lot less things to worry about. And there was one phone in the Sigma New house for 40 guys, and we all seemed to get along without cell phones, without text, and without email and everything. But no, and I think the direction it's going, I really enjoy the planning for the future, helping be a part of that for the NCAA chapter of William Jewell. This place has been here a long time. It's going to be here a long time. We'll have who knows how many more changes. But going from NAI to NCAA is definitely a chapter of this book that I'm looking forward to being a part of.
What's your best memory that you can share on camera?
Well, from a coaching standpoint, it was probably 2006 or 2007. I took the most kids we'd ever taken to the national track meet up in Fresno, California. We didn't get any All-Americans, but we did have a lot of success. We had a lot of guys, a couple of relays, several throwers. Coach Eisenhower qualified that year. So in the 400 hurdles, and we had a great group, had a great trip. Got to see part of the country I'd never seen before. I got to go to Yosemite and things like that because we were close to the Fresno. But really enjoyed that. And the funnest, I mean, in 4 years playing football here, I only went back to the Sigma New house 4 times a loser. And so we had too many to choose from there. But I guess going to playoff games, things like that had to be high points, but like I said, there were a lot of them. So just the 4.5-year journey that it took to get through, and I really enjoyed that time as a student. Now as a coach, I get to see it from the other side and really enjoy it.
Is it strange to coach Tom, or coach with Tom after he was one of your track participants?
Well, this is my 28th or 9th year of coaching track as an assistant or head coach, so there's a lot of kids that have come and gone. Tom's not the first guy that I have come through and seen go from student to athlete. There's a principal in my district that is a kid that I had in elementary school. Two principals in the district that I could be working for if I was in their building. So it's kind of different, but it's probably also one of the high points seeing kids in their mid-20s and 30s and now 40s almost, how they've grown and how many doctors and lawyers and just as they grow, and they do a good job of staying in touch with me, so that's been very enjoyable too.
Finally, you mentioned your family a couple of times. You want to share a little bit about them?
Well, my wife, Julie, is a Missouri State SMS alum from Anna Liberty native. She's an attorney here, and she's also the guardian ad litem for Clay County for all the kids in foster care in Clay County. She's their guardian. She's been an attorney for since we've been married 26 years now. But my daughter Rachel, my oldest daughter, is a super senior at William Woods, majoring in equine studies, psychology, and therapeutic writing. My youngest daughter Meredith is a junior at Liberty High. She's also a thrower. She's a junior this year. She was third in conference last year. Already getting recruiting letters from D1 school, so I'm going to have to work hard to get her in the fold. But anyway, I enjoy seeing them. They're big into the horses, so we spend most of our summers on the road pulling a horse trailer. So, but anyway, we live about a mile and a half from here, so it's been kind of nice being able to be close to it, drive by the place every day, and driven by Jewel every day on my way to work to Kearney, so it's never been very far out of sight.
Finally, for the track program, I guess this is the second finally, but for the track program this year, is there one goal, and maybe narrow it to the throwers, but is there one thing you want to see happen?
Well, without having the possibility of going to nationals, that's always, we've been very successful in qualifying kids to nationals in the throws. Not being able to do that is kind of making us have a hunt for our high points. Conference is coming up. We want to go, and with this group kind of set the way William Jewell throws is going to be that they'll have to deal with us every year and be successful in that group. Brittany this weekend, Brittany Riley just beat the girl that was ranked #1 in the conference at Indiana. And so that was nice to see her continue. We do have school records. Colby's real close to the school record in the 35-pound weight. Brittany is also close enough. They've thrown further than that in practice, just haven't done it in a meet. And just, PRs, new personal records for everybody is always our goal #1. I always feel like if you keep beating your own best, you're going to take care of everything else.